True scary story, The Boy on the Bridge. Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Francisco Alvarado, and I want to tell you something that happened to me recently. It's been about 2 months. I work in a factory outside the city, on a road where there are no houses, or nothing, just wilderness and a bridge before arriving. I go in at 5 o'clock sharp, but sometimes I leave early, because I have to drop my husband off at the hospital for some treatments. When that happens, I end up arriving at 4 hours, 15 minutes in the morning, when they haven't even opened the parking lot yet. And on this day I'm going to tell you about, I did the same thing as always. I was just crossing the bridge with the car still in place. I was going at low speed when I saw something I never ever thought I'd see. Time. A child. A child sitting on the shore, with his little legs dangling towards the emptiness, as if it were waiting, I don't know, for the moment to jump. I thought I was hallucinating or that someone was playing a game, but it was 4 in the morning. There wasn't a soul around. No cars pass by at that hour, and there are no houses there. There is nothing. As I approached him, he turned around. He didn't move completely. He just turned his head slowly. And when the headlights hit him, her face, her eyes shone, as if she had something in them. I don't know how to explain it, but they shone. They didn't reflect light. They were glowing, in a very strange way. I felt something horrible, something I couldn't quite put my finger on. I recognized it in the moment. I just accelerated a little more, without braking, without turning around again. Once, I crossed the bridge, and kept going straight. I told myself 100 times, that it was definitely a child. She said she had left her house, but nobody lives there. She would have had to. I went from very far away. I arrived at the point where I parked there, where I waited for them to open. I turned off the car, reclined the eye, sat down, and tried to forget what I saw. I forced myself to think I was tired. My mind played a macabre trick on me. I closed my eyes, and just tried to sleep. A little while, I don't know how much time passed, but I do know that I was falling asleep when I heard the door. It wasn't a bang, it wasn't a rustle. They were trying to open it. Open. I heard the clear pull, like when someone wants to open a door and pulls the handle, with great force. I'll guess I woke up suddenly with my heart in my throat, and the first thing I thought of it was, they saw me asleep, and they're going to jump me. I sat up, looked outside. I looked carefully in all directions, but there was no one there. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody. There's absolutely nothing nearby. No. There are no shops, no cars pass by, no bus stops. All around me there was only road, empty and dark. I stood still, listening without moving. I rolled the window down a little, but I couldn't hear anything else. I didn't hear or feel footsteps. I didn't see anything. Shadows. I didn't hear anyone running. Nothing. I just sat there with the heart, still racing, looking all around in the mirrors. When the parking lot opened, I drove slowly forward, and already felt a little calmer, like when dawn breaks and when he thinks I'm imagining everything. Things look much easier when the sun is out. I got out of the car, and closed the door, and that's when I saw it in the painting. Exactly at the door that handyman had tried to open. There were painted little hands, tiny hands like a child's, marked, perfect, as if they had been pressed hard. They weren't dirty with mud, grease or dirt from the road. They were painted, like white, as if drawn with chalk or school paint. 2 very light ones, drawn exactly as if they had tried to open them. I stared at them for a while. Not even I knew what to do. I couldn't say anything at work, because, how do you explain it? How do you say you saw a child on a dark bridge, and then someone or something tried to open the door for you, and left their handprints? I cleaned them later in the afternoon, when I went out. And yes, they did move, but it took a while, as if they'd been there for ages. Time. As if they had been there much earlier that night. I haven't crossed the bridge so early in the morning since then. If I have to take my husband to the hospital, when I leave her and go to work, but I stay on the side of the road before reaching the bridge. I park there and fall asleep, but I don't go near that stretch anymore, when it's still so dark. It terrifies me, a terrible fear, to see it again.